People don't know how to listen anymore. And you have to fight to keep people's attention when you're speaking nowadays. If you don't say a complete idea or something immediately stimulating or engaging for someone within the first sentence, there's this eye roll, or there's this look in their face that is visibly annoyed that you are making them have to process what you're saying. They want you to spit it out. You need to say what you wanted to say in its complete form yesterday. Because we are, in fact, in the attention economy. Attention is the most valuable resource at the moment. The least amount of attention that someone has to give in order to get is the most bang for their buck. That is what people are most concerned with in this day and age. So this video is going to be about the importance of learning to listen. And this could be listening to more than just what people have to say, more than their words. Because when you listen to someone, you're listening to more than just their words. You're listening to their tone. You're listening to their goal, because ultimately there is something to be achieved when you speak. You are trying to get something from someone when you speak, or you're speaking for yourself. Maybe people complain because they're trying to feel better about the situation. There's any number of reasons that someone speaks. But there's always a goal tethered to it. And I want you to pay attention to how well you listen to others and how quick that you might make assumptions about them and what they're quote-unquote putting you through. Because going back to the eye roll or the annoyed facial expression, that is usually a result of an assumption of, this person's wasting my time, that I have to sit here and listen to them. Or it's you're taking from them. You're extracting their attention and their brain power from them. The fact that they have to sit there and listen to you. And let me know if you guys have ever experienced this, because maybe I've just experienced it a ton in my life, but it seems like I've never gone anywhere where this was not the case with at least one person. And I personally grew up not being able to listen. I've said on here before, I did absolutely horrible academically. I was not a great student by any means. I did badly in high school. And a big reason for this was because I was unable to pay attention and absorb what the teacher was saying and actually listen. And I carried this everywhere. I wasn't able to fully listen to my friends. Yes, I heard the words that they were saying, and I tried to, piece together where they were coming from, but I didn't fully digest how they were saying it, what they were genuinely trying to get across to me, because I was only listening to the surface value of what they were saying, and then just tuning out, because that's just what we do. People tune out when an explanation is involved, or someone's talking about something that they're passionate about that maybe you don't know anything about. So you kind of just tune out. You can't really put it together because you don't understand the references that they're making, or it's not as big of a problem for you as it is for them. So there's less of a reason for you to pay attention to it and actually listen. And there's so much value in learning to listen. The first reason that I've learned is learning. If you can listen, you can absorb and remember information and add to your knowledge. If you listen, you grow in emotional intelligence, because you can hear in someone's tone how much they care about the subject or the thing that they are speaking about. And that gives their message a different quality. You literally hear it differently when you're tuned into this. But if you're not tuned in to tone or body language or how someone is conveying something, it's as good as words written down on a paper or words on a screen. And I think that's how most people hear each other nowadays, is words on a screen. They hear you like you're a walking transcript, not like you're an individual with something to say, but like you are a flat screen of text that they have to squint their eyes and read, and the screen's brightness is burning their eyes. Like I said, I don't know if everyone's gone through this. Let me know if you have, but I have experienced this time and time again in my life. Another reason that listening is very important is that it sharpens your skepticism and your discernment. You can better pay attention if somebody is trying to rip you off. Because sometimes, like a car salesman, for example, will tell you what you want to hear in order to get you to take an action. So they will scope out what it is that you are looking for in a vehicle, and they will frame the car that they're trying to get off the lot in a way that amplifies its strengths or the things that you're looking for and minimizes its weaknesses or the things that you otherwise wouldn't care for. So they push what you're looking for to the front of their language and push the weaknesses to the back. And if you're aware of this, like I said at the beginning, everyone who speaks has a goal behind their speech. The goal of the car salesman is they want to sell you the car. So if you keep that in mind, which, that's a more obvious example, but people still fall for it all the time. People are told the beautiful aspects of the car, and the more ugly aspects are hidden and kept in the dark. So that's another important factor in listening. Just listen to any politician. Politicians use adjectives that further their agenda and what they want. They'll use words like righteousness and reverence for things that could be completely evil and wicked, but it serves their agenda, so now all of a sudden it's wise and forthrightful. Language is a very tricky thing. It's very broad, it's very open. We have dictionaries, yes, but people have their own interpretations. So that's today's word. Learn to listen. Listening is really, really important for learning and absorbing information of all kinds, and from understanding the people in this world, and especially your family and the people that you interact with on a daily basis. Because the only way that you can understand them and their problems is by accurately listening to them and what they have to say to you. And the only way that you can tell if you're getting ripped off or if someone is trying to rip you off is if you are listening. If you are paying attention to what they're doing, what they're saying, and the incentives that they have behind what they're saying. We are communicative creatures. That is how we communicate with one another, is through language and speaking. And the only way that you're going to be able to hear what someone is saying is if you listen. And you don't roll your eyes, and you don't assume a bunch of things about their message, and you don't feel like they're ripping you off because you have to sit there and listen to them. So let me know if you've ever experienced this. Let me know if you yourself have ever been annoyed with somebody that wasn't getting right to the point, or if you've ever experienced it yourself where you felt like you had to fight to keep someone's attention while you're trying to tell them a story or explain something or even just tell your side of things. So thanks for watching.